It took me 20 years to learn what I'm about to tell you in just a few minutes. When I was younger, one of my mentors said to me, they said, Nicole, you can learn wisdom two ways, through your mistakes or through your mentors. And I can honestly say, family, I've learned wisdom both ways. I've made many, many mistakes, but I've learned a lot of things through my mentors. And I've also learned that the regrets that we have in the middle of our lives, towards the end of our lives, center around missed opportunities and center around unfulfilled potential. So I want to share with you some very important things that took me 20 years to learn. I learned that time is a luxury. We out here, family, moving like we got all the time in the world, living life on the edge, doing all these things, putting unhealthy foods in our bodies because in our minds, we have nothing but time. We have nothing but time. We put things off for tomorrow that we could do today because we honestly believe we can pick it up and do it later. And when the days pass and they pass and they pass, you wake up and it's 3 years later, and a lot of times you feel like you're in the same place that you were 3 years ago. You feel like you haven't had the opportunity to affect change in your life and to do something different. And I learned, family, that if there's something in your life that you want to do, you might as well take a chance on yourself. And little by little, little becomes a lot. You don't have to do every single thing right now. You don't have to do every single thing right away. But simply starting is a good way to go. Simply doing something a little bit is a great way to go. And when you do just 1% of something each day, in 365 days, a year later, you are 365% further than you were when you started. So time is of the essence and it passes quickly. And it's so hard for us to grasp that concept because in our minds, we have all the time in the world. I also learned that we don't take enough risk. We spend so much time, family, in our lives thinking about the things that we want to do, but never doing it. And maybe it's out of fear. Maybe you don't have the right people in your environment. Maybe you have people discouraging you from following your dreams and your goals. But we sure spend so much time not taking a risk on life. And we look back like, man, I should have dated that person. I should have spoke my mind. I should have took that opportunity. I should have traveled. I should have left. I had the opportunity. I should have took the opportunity. And it's so important, at least for me, that I realized years later that taking the risks sometimes means taking the chance on yourself that you otherwise wouldn't take. Another lesson that took me 20 years to learn is family. We spend so much time focusing on the things that we do not have in our lives. We spend so much time focusing on the relationships that we do not have in our lives that we're not even looking around us. And yo, it's love all around you. There's love all around you. We could have every single thing in the world, all the material things, or for some of us, all the people. We can have every single thing in our lives. But what do? We look all around us and we look and we focus on that one or two things that we don't have. But the reality is, you have every single thing that you need. And all the things that you do not have, they're coming to you. I learned that, family, when you just wait, waiting is an action. It's not just sitting there, but when you're waiting with expectancy, waiting with the knowing that things are going to work out for you, waiting with the knowing that everything is going to come to you because you're putting in a work and you're doing the things that you need to do to get the things that you need to get and to get the places that you need to get, you will understand that love is all around you. That just because you're missing one thing or just because you're missing a person in your life doesn't mean that you don't have a great life and doesn't mean that your life is any less than someone who has what appears that the things that and a person and the people that you want to have. And I also learned, family, we spend so much time comparing ourselves to other people for what? Yo, I promise you, half the things that people are portraying on social media in their lives, sometimes it's all cap. Sometimes it's fake, family. Sometimes that person posting and posting and posting because they're supposed to be happy doesn't necessarily mean they have all the material things that they're posting. Doesn't mean that they're so happy in their lives and in their relationships. No, they just want to give out an appearance. And family, I strongly believe in this season of my life that I don't just want to feel good, that I want to be good. I don't want to go out and pretend to appease people that are doing nothing for me and that don't care much about anything that I got going on in my life. No, I truly want to be happy within because as within, so without. And I say that to say we spend so much time comparing ourselves. At 20 years old, I should be in my career. At 30 years old, I should be married with children. At 40 years old, I should have more. At 50 years old, I should have made that many mistakes. And the reality is, compared to what? Because at the end of the day, we're exactly where we need to be. And some of us have truly made mistakes and done things in our lives that have set us back. True indeed. But the best time to make change is now. And you can wake up at any given moment, family, and decide to change your life right now, that you don't have to wait. That just because things didn't happen for you in the past the way you thought they should happen for you in the past does not mean that your future can't be better than your past. It does not. Because the best way to predict your future is to create it. And I realize we can't compare ourselves to people, or we can't compare ourselves, our chapter 5, to someone's chapter 35. We just can't do it. Because anything in your life that you want, you can work towards it, you can obtain it, and you can have it. And if there's something in your past that you've done that you're not proud of, you can forgive yourself for that too. Another really important thing that I learned, family, is we spend so much time not living in the present. We're not living in the present. We're focused on a future. We're thinking and dwelling about a past. And the reality is, and I heard it said best, if we are focused on a past and we wake up today and we wake up tomorrow and we start to think about the thing that we did yesterday. So now our today becomes our yesterday. And there's no room to create. No room to create when you're waking up uninspired. No room to create when you're thinking about the past. How could things have been done differently? I wonder if, what if, maybe I failed. Or you can wake up, and when those thoughts start to download in your mind, you can automatically catch it and replace it with a new start, a new thought. Because the best way to predict your future is to create it, is to create your future. And living in the current moment allows you to focus on what's happening in your life now, to slow down so that you can speed up, to think on the great things that you're working on. Like I said earlier, little by little, little becomes a lot. And as you overcome and overcome and overcome, you're becoming someone new every time. We spend so much time living in a future and living in a past, and we forget the present moment has so many blessings. That the present moment is where you can live and get it right and slow down. Have y'all ever gone down the same street and you drove that street, but when you walked that street, you saw so many different things that you didn't see when you were driving? And sometimes, family, when you're able to just slow down and see things from a different perspective and really become self aware about who you are and what you want in your life and where you're going, things always can become better for you, and you can live in a present moment. And the reality is, to me, being inspired is taking that future and living it in your present moment. And you can do that. And instead of dwelling on the past and beating ourselves up for the things we didn't do right, beating ourselves up for the lucky breaks that we didn't take, beating ourselves up for the things that we believe we could have done differently, we can pull all that energy back and bring that energy in the current moment, because that's energy for us to heal. And we can create from right here. And we can slow down and enjoy time right now. And we can slow down and enjoy the companies that we keep, the friends and the loved ones that we have, and the things that we're doing right now, and enjoy the journey. And I get it, in this society, in this environment, they teach us, move fast, hustle, get more material things, hustle, hustle, hustle. But at the end of the day, family, it is so cool to just relax and think. Think about who you are. Think about who you are becoming, and think about what you want in your life by just really chilling and living in the present moment and appreciating and being in gratitude for the things that you have, and have the knowing that every single thing that you don't have is coming to you. And one of the realest lessons that I learned, you have to be true to yourself, family. A lot of us are living a life that other people wanted us to live. We are in our professions because maybe our parent wanted that for us. We are being someone that we don't even want to be. We are operating in roles that we're not even comfortable. We are in situations and relationships that no longer serve us, and we're not being true to ourselves. And the reality of it is, family, I learned that you're not new to the game. You're true to the game. You know who you are. You know who you are. You know what you want. And also, you know the things that you do not want. And sometimes, family, knowing what you don't want even helps you more, knowing the things that you do want. It's time, family. It is time to be true to yourself. It is time to take that chance on yourself, to take that risk, to date that girl, to do that thing, to take that risk, take that opportunity and live your best life so that you can shine through in all the areas that make you feel happy, healthy, and supported in your life. Because we don't want any more regrets than we already have. And we don't want to trade who we are, our true identity, just to conform to a version of ourselves that we are not, or that we are not happy being. So, in conclusion, family, I've learned, and I hope you learn too, that it is okay to be who you are, that it is okay to live in a present moment, that it is okay to take that risk on yourself and to value the things that you have and take your focus off of what you don't have. Because ultimately, the goal is to truly minimize these regrets that we're carrying with us through our lives. And it's a journey of continuous development and learning. And the sooner we embark on it, the richer and more fulfilling our life will be. Just something to think about. Stay inspired.